Kale W. Wow, look at all the people. 0. That means everybody's on the outside. Which one is this? Let me go to YouTube, check out the YouTube. One is watching, I'm going to like it. And is that one watching possibly me? Let's check what happens after I leave the channel. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. This is what I want to begin with. We're going to talk about area space. How come 360? It's outside towards an area. It's 360. Is it the dead center that they're talking about? Because in order to reach out only 180 and not going out totally, you have to save yourself 20 yards. So if you put 2 end zones back to back, let me see. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. No, we got to do one more. Okay, so now in order to, we're going to do 180 degrees. Okay, this is what I want to do right now. I'm just thinking about this. This is all brand new. I do everything mostly fresh, you know, just fresh off the bat. Forget about other things, and got to restore this. Yeah. Okay. So what I want to talk about is, where is it? You know, they got this thing over here. It goes 180 degrees, and we really never want to even go to 180 degrees. We want to sort of like be on the angle. I need to find an angle, because there's a certain angle you want to be, and to be being pulled back always down, falling towards the ground at the same time, but always projecting out. Right? See, if the earth was round, you'd be coming back towards the ground, right? Otherwise, you'd be going off into space and the earth would be leaving you, right? Because if I did this, I got to go this way to go follow earth, right? Right? The earth is round, because what does it mean? What does this word mean? I'll get back to this in a minute. If the most you have in numbers is 9, and the 0, the pound key, the star key are on a different level, like in the toolbox. You know what you got in the toolbox? So imagine if words weren't the actual words, that you knew that the words that you spoke were other words other than the words that you speak. We can actually mathematically calculate the value okay, of a word. Without anybody having judgment, we could say, well, obviously towards the technicalities of whatever the word is, like you say earth, and I go arts and entertainment, the first two letters, 1 and 5. Inside 1 and 5 is 2, 3, 4. There's our vibration. You multiply it, okay? You have 4 by 3, 24. You got 24x. You add it. You got I9. You got xe. You got either 33 or you have 15. In between, you had 24. So where is the divided gate? Where is the divided gate? Do you follow what I am saying? I'm going to show you. E and A. It is the fifth and the first letter. In between there are numbers 2, 3, and 4. Let me fix this. In between that is 2, 3, and 4. When you multiply them, okay, it equals to 24. When you add them, it equals to 9. 24 and 9. Now, there's a mathematical situation that goes along with this, in which is, what is 24 and 9? Hold on a second. And 16. There's a reason I did this. Yes, because 16 and 8 equals 2. What is the ring that came from 4 times 4 equals to 16? 4 plus 4 equals to 0, 8 equals to 16, 0, 8 equaling to 24. The dividing gate between day and night, the pole and the ring. Remember, this comes in 3 parts. Well, so does this come in 3 parts. This is 3 parts. You see 4 around and 2 up and down, but the reality is it comes in 3 parts. So no matter what you do with this cube, okay, even if you pinpoint it, is it this way? No matter which way you pinpoint it, the ring will always be the ring. It'll be 4. So you can spin these 4, or you can spin these 4. So if you spin these 4 this way, which way are you spinning this? That way or this way? This one could be going that way or this way. There's 4 ways to spin it, right? Which way are you going to spin it? This way or that way? This way or that way? Or around that way? So you spin it around that way, you spin it around that way, and you spin it around that way. That's 3. This cube are opposites of 7, 7, 7. But noted that we were given a calculator so that we can see a little bit deeper, that every face is 9. So if every face is 9 and it took 2 faces to create 7, so that would be 18 minus 7 equals to 11 void. So that means you'd have 7, 11, 7, 11, 7, 11. In one of the 7s, it would be 1 and 6 over 8 and 3 void. It would be 2 and 5. 2 and 5, which will be 7 and 4 void, which is energy, time. And note, you must note area space, okay, inside. It's the inside area space. The inside area space is in between builders go to what is 4 on the outside. We're not talking about 4 on the outside. Here is all you need to know about the basic diameter. When you're measuring to, remember, when you're measuring to dead center. Inside of Earth, here is where Venus comes in, the Venus angels. 18 and 1 equals to 19. This is, I don't know which way to look at it. In this, there's just a mathematical situation that's going on. I'm not really sure which to bring it in. The 18 is raw. Okay, I can't do this work alone. I only can show you some mathematical situations and realities that come out. The center one means I have brought sides together. If I have brought sides together, okay, then I have brought sides together at 5 with 1 and 9, bringing together by 5, 2 and 8, brought together by 5, 3 and 7, brought together by 5, 4 and 6, brought together by 5. So 5 gets 5, 4, equaling to 20t. So it is T20 in the passage of the sun fox. 19 is the what you can call is your AI. I like to call it the spirit. The word spirit is number 91. Now, number 13 is going to create that. See, in order to learn what our words are all about, we have to put our words into numbers. So then mathematically, it can give you the answer to its honest truth. But I'm not at that stage. I need to create that machine. Your first calculation is Fibonacci. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 will equal 2 and 3. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 will equal 6 and 5. 6 times 5, 6 plus 5 will equal to 11 and 30, which actually brings you back to this one again. Whoop, there's a mistake here. Oh, yes, ABC, ABC, right. Then this brings you to this, but it also brings you to 30 and 11. 11 is 1 and 1 is 2. But this is going to recreate this. This one is going to connect to 41 now. So you remember 2 and 3, 5, and 4 and 1, 5. And in creating 4 and 1, 5, we created 3 and 2. So then we create 5 and 4. 4 times 1, 4 plus 1. Now 5 times 4, 5 plus 4 will equal to 20 T. And the 9I, or why don't we look at it as the connecting IT system. Remember, 5 times 4 creates T. 5 times 4, which is actually related to 2. The inverted value of 5, if you want to cut something in half, multiply it by 5. 8 times 5 is 40. 4 plus 0 is 4. So I cut 8 in half. 2 doubles it back up again. Now, why is 5 actually just 2? Because even though it equals to 20, so we cut it in half. So 20 is noted to be as part. And in the French, they will say 4 times 20 to equal to what is 80. We have to understand the numbers. Is it just me? 420. Remember 420. Remember this root, because this root is talking about both the void and the dot. The void around the dot, both sides of the dice. 80. Now it's talking about 6 and 4. It's talking about 6 and 4, 80. 8 times 8, sorry, 8 times 8 equals 64. 8 plus 8 equals to 16. So this is what it's talking about. To the gateway, it's talking about 13. Who is 13? What do you have to do to be 13? 169. 169 on the 169th moon of your birth. If I get that number right, I like to go 169 plus 1, the moon month you were born in, right? And you have to reconnect to your cycle. So how many moons to reconnect to your cycle? Ask the cube. It's a minimum 3 moons to connect to your cycle. But if you ask the chicken, right, the chicken is different. You see the cube is 21 dots, right? Right, 777, but the chicken's only 666. Because the chicken don't lay an egg on the 7th day. So the chicken and God got something in common. We got 777. So when do these two match up together? After 7 cycles, after 6 cycles, this would be wiped out. So every 6 cycles, so what would that be? 126, 1260. I'm just trying to think of what that is. That's something less than a basketball game. I'm just trying to think of something. Just give me a minute here. Let me think. So if we did this times what? Times 6, right? Times 6 equals to 42 equals to 36. I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to equal into a certain number of moons. How many? Let me hold on a second. 28, 56, 84. Okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. 84 divided by 6 equals to 14. 14 times 6 equals to 84. And 12 times 7 equals to 84. Now we have to note that Mars, okay, is 6. And Earth is 7. This is a basic analogy, knowing that the numeric value of the letters of Mars, okay, M is the 13th letter, A is the first letter, R is the 18th letter, and S is the 19th letter, equals to 51. Roman numerals 5 and 1. I don't need to go to the L. It's not obligatory, so I use it this way. So I use Mars as 6. So in this instance, I come down here and see 6. I see it this way. So I'm looking at Mars has been broken up to 1/4, and Earth has been split up only into half. Earth gets the gateway. Mars, what does Mars get? Mars gets to connect. Oh, Mars gets to connect. Yes. Look at that. If Mars gets to be number 6, right? Then it gets to connect 5 with 7, which is 13 and 12, which is the queen and the king in the numbered card, in which the queen is 78, and that is 17 for Q, which, why is it 78? When you add up 1 all the way to 12, it equals to 78. The king is numeric value 41. The queen is numeric value 26. This will lead you right away to T, the 4 worlds. Not only does it do that, but the queen's value is 816. The king's value is 714. Within the heavens and the gateway of the moon and the sun. Where do I get these numbers? The word king, the 11th letter, the 9th letter, the 14th letter, and the 7th letter, telling me right away about the ring. 21, 11 is your creation, and 9, 11, 21, 31, 41. The queen and the king, 41 and 62 is 103, creates Mercury. This is number 6. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is 3 and 4, 4 and 3. It is red and it is blue because it is cold and it is hot. Hot, number 43, cold, number 34, blue, number 40, red, number 27. So why did I put in blue and red? Well, usually red hot, blue cold. You can also, when you say blue, if you want to go, you can go boy. Okay, I'm going to get something to drink in the kitchen. Let's see, I can stay on the same subject. Let's see if anybody is here. Obviously, it says nobody, but I don't believe. Really thirsty. I want to say hello to those people I don't say hello to often enough. Somebody just liked me, but I don't see anybody here. I'm going to go here. Yeah, you know what? This place is making me a little nervous here. They're making me a little nervous, and I'll do whatever I could to stay, you know. But they got a show, I think it's called Empathy, for a guy who's been here for 17 years, who speaks about this work that I'm doing is imperative. Okay, a year and a half more, 2 years, and then they want, I'll go. You know, I need 2 more years. But they come at me with relentless lies and deceit, and all they want is for themselves. And this is why the world has ended up to be the way it is. I come to you with things that bewilder me, that I do not know of. Maybe you know what I'm doing, but I do not know what I'm doing. I just take the reality from where it is. This has to be done that way. There is a reason for it being done that way. With every single reason, there is a story that it is done that way. Within this side is where the moon is over here. Here is our life and our birth in this area over here. Here is where the sun comes through. We have to understand when it comes into this area, it comes over to the 15th area, 3 and 15. 3 and 15, something to remark. C and O, something to remark. I don't really know why, but at 3 and 15. Cocoa, equaling to 315 is the sun. The sun is orange. Call it yellow, call it orange. Say it's red and yellow. Say it's red blood and yellow the soul. All these words that we speak in books, that we talk about, who says the book is right and the book is wrong? Who is one to judge what is in the aftermath as you leave this world? The aftermath is for those who stood, who are still here. But for whoever that has gone on, knows better. And for those who can read through the lines and into the alternative worlds is everything you've ever seen in your entire life that anybody has ever said. If you can imagine that any of that is true, what would you pick to be true and why? What are the possibilities and how come? Can you prove it? So through all the wordings and all the numbers that I've gone through, I see that it's too perfect. The cube is too perfect. The 7,11, the gambling games are too perfect towards energy and time and Jesus Christ and Christmas and the 12 months of the year. And ABC went from first. ABC took a hike, right? ABC took a hike and went all the way to 10, 11, and 12. And that's where we stepped in, right? At 10, right, you were ABCD, you were the child. From 6, because you got the light spirit of the 7th gate. Did you know that the number one, think about it. What is in between 1 and 6? It's 2 and 5 and 3 and 4, right? So the extremities of the dice. Number 1, the numeric value for number 1, O15. N14 equals to 29, birth. E is a vowel, it is separate. 34, 3 and 4 equals to 7. 7 and 1, 1 evaluated at 7. 7 and 1, 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 tells me about G and H, the gateway to the heavens. Give me something else for the letters or the gates. Now the opposite of that is 6. Two-way 6s. The numeric value for SIX, S19, created from 16. I9, created from 14. X24, created from 44. Sun. 6. 6 numeric value is 52. 5 and 2, 7 to the opposite of 3 and 4, 7 to what created it, 1 and 6, 7. Is that possible? Number 11 will create this number as well as it will create this number. As this number will continue on to create other numbers, in its stopover, it will create 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 will equal 3 and 2, 5. 29 and 5 equals to 34. It also equals to 25. The reason for that, in a Pythagorean count, okay, I'll slip 29 over 5, counting this area over here and this area separately. And this will be 2. 9 and 5 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. The total is 54. So it is the black and yellow sunbirth on Earth. And where are we on Earth? Well, we're on DC. DC is where we are. We're in between 4 and 3. To meet the center, which is 3.5 to the center, right? From 3 over to 4, you have to go 55 to meet up in here. And you meet up differently. You can't run into each other. So you can see the 3 on this side. This one would go through the center, right? And then this one has all the 4 corners. So you can imagine a point that goes out like that and splits. There's different things. When you're 3 opposite 4, nothing goes straight across. It'll go down and then whoosh, that way, or down and then whoosh, that way. You see, 1 should go down over to 2, or it can go over to 4, right? I mean, it'll come out the 4 areas. 1 enlightens 4. 1 enlightens 2. 1 enlightens 1 and 2. Now, these 2 won't go together. These 2 won't go together. Inside of these 2, okay, is a vibration. Imagine if these were like your 2 ears. Imagine if they did have to go together, and it's the complete opposite of what I just said. I said it can't. Nothing can't until you can prove exactly why it can't. Otherwise than that, don't take everything I say as hard and stone. This is where the sun comes out, this corner right here. And I'm saying it because the 13th, the 1 is for the S. The U is for the 3. The N is for the 5. The 14th letter, 1 and 4 is 5. The U is the 21st letter, 2 and 1 is 3. The S is the 19th letter. 1 plus 9 equals to 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. I went down 2 levels with that. So where were we? I think I was lost a little bit. So 1, and then there was 6 equals to numeric value 52. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inside just these 2 words. Now, in the word 6, every letter has a reverse alphabet count, as A is 1 and Z is 26. The reverse alphabet count of this, okay, is going to be 3 times 27 is 81, and I don't like to use it. Not enough room. So when I do this, I take this away from this, I'm left over with the birth. So through what the value of 6 is at number 52, I'm left over with the IT. What is the IT? IT is 5 times 4. Can you get 5 times 4? Excuse, is that what I get? Right. 5 times 4, this is very confusing. 5 times 4 equals T20. 2 times 10 equals T20. I have to understand what all of this is going to mean. I do know that this is a gateway. The T is going to be exactly what the G is in gematria when you take a look at Here, right here. Here, where my cursor is, you see the 7? Here's number 7 here, right here, this one here. This one on the other side is number 7 as well. And I was building something new. I'm not sure. Let me hold on a second. I'm not sure if this is going to work out. Hold on a second. I'm working on this new piece here. Hold on. And I'm not sure if I have my numbers correct yet. See, I'm going up towards the 7th gate, and then 5, and then 3, and then 1, and then a separation. The angle is a little bit different. I try to keep it square, and to keep it square, I went down one space and I didn't go over. I just met the corners. So by meeting the corners, okay, and following a little artwork from, that your eye picks up on, you have steps, 1 step and 2 steps. And all these angles, right, mean distance. All of this means distance. So you would meet in the center over here at 1, 1, 1, 1 and 12, 12. Actually, this is 11, 11, and this is 12, 12. 1/2 is 11, 11. 1/2 is 12, 12, because you're starting down here. You went down 1, you go down 2 more, you come down to 8. You come down here, you go down to 8. So it's 8 on this side, 8 on this side. That's why it's 8, 8. But you're below ground level at 88. You're coming in. You're coming into 64 and 16. Your 16 spread, okay, and your 6, and where is your 6 and 4 spread? Where's your 6 and 4 spread? That would be right over here, this mark over here. But I don't know. Don't take that for sure. But what it means is we're coming into to I-80 from 66. Your 66 would be here. And right, that's your 8. You go 7, and it's half spaces. When you move 1, it's half spaces, okay? It's half spaces. So you're 8. Let me see. Can I still do this? Yeah, okay. Let me see if I can do this here. I got that, and let me see if I can make it solid. Okay, I'm going to make an X. So we have okay, that's perfect. Okay, so you see the way I put a butterfly on that? That butterfly is because I had now connected, okay, number 8. I'm going to see if I can do this one. Number 6 would go here, right? And then, did I get this right? Oh, no, I didn't get it big enough. Number 6 would go here, and number 6 would go here. Connecting, okay, connecting 5 and 7. Now they're kissing. Now what comes next is going to be number 8. And number 8 is going to be here. Let me see if I got that right. Number 8 will be here. It'll be half in number 7, and it'll be taking up an area both in number 6 and in number 6. Did I get that right? Actually, 7, right, correct. Let me see, did I get that right? I just want to see that I got that right. 7 and 8, right? Okay, hold on a second. And this is what, hold on a second. Just trying to see if I got, yeah, okay, because I designed this differently than the other one. Actually, this is what it would look like. Hold on a second. That's what it would look like. You would have 2 6s sitting on top of an 8 that's sitting on top of a 7, or you'd have 2 6s, and then you'd top it off with the 8, and it would look like that. And that would be your 5 7 5 and 6 6 8. So the 9 lives of the cat, the dividing gate to DC is right here. You can obviously see your C. The reason you're not seeing the D is because one is the rib, okay? One of them is the rib, and one of them is the main portal. The 1, the 3, and the 5 is the main portal. the 1, the 3, and the 5. So when I speak, I'm speaking about. I definitely have to go get something to drink. When I speak and I talk and I do my work, I do it. The artwork must show up. If you can't do the artwork, I think there's something wrong with it. I think if the numbers don't match, I say that you might be using the right equation, but there could be whatever. How can the numbers either if it doesn't go here, it goes there. It always goes somewhere. So when I come back, I'm going to show you just a rotation of some numbers, and then I'm going to show you more numbers. But I think what's going on in the world right now, if we want to solve what's going on in the world right now, I think it's through words. It's always about what's written, what's said, what's written, what's said, not the actuality, but what's written and what's said. And I think if we can prove this and note it to be the Kaaba telling the story of life, then you shall see the Almighty has tricked many. Follow deep into your heart. When you think it's wrong, it's wrong. This is what God says, does he not? Say not. I said, does thee not? Don't let me say he. One of the reasons the word he comes out is because it's 85. And 85 is a creation of where one connected the 8 heaven to the 9 birth, because there is no 9 birth if there is no creation of a heaven. Where why 8, 8, 8, 8, and 8? What is it about 8, 8, 8, 8, and 8? I'm going to just do it a simple way. There's 2 ways I want to do this. I'm not really sure which way I'm going to do it. Okay, so this is the first one. Now what happens next? Okay. Okay. I don't want to do any more than that. I don't want to do any more than that. And I'm not even sure if I should do it this way. I'm going to explain what I did. Okay. Okay. What I'm going to do is, first of all, I shouldn't have done that either. Is this area over here. Is more or less a docking station. There's 8 here and there's 8 here, but there's not, because now So what we started with is we had 8 and 1. And then over here, we have 7 and 2. Then over here, we have 8 and 1. And I would call this the docking station. Now, I'm not sure if I could, what I can do is, whoop, that's a mistake. I just have to understand what that is. I have that in one of my books. How many cubes before you get to the other end? This is basically what 4 and 3 looks like. You see this piece that's in between here? That'll end up being a Star of David once this piece comes out. I got that in a design. But anyways, okay, so this is what I saw over here. This is going to create 8 and 9. This is going to create 14 and 9. This is going to create 5 and 4 and 9, 20 and 9 and 9. And this is going to create 17 and 27. I'm just looking at something, 7 and 8. So I'm just 2 times 7, 2 plus 7. Okay, so what's going to happen is this equation is going to produce this equation. So what this is 1 and 8. 1 times 8 equals to 8. 1 plus 8 equals to 9. 9 times 8 equals to 72. 9 plus 8 equals to 17. 2 times 7 equals to 14. 2 plus 7 equals to 09. Produce from the first equation and then back into the last equation. What is this going to produce? When this comes together, this becomes 35. We can do it this way, and it'll be 89 just the same. I do it this way, it becomes 14 and 3, 3 and 5, or 3 and 5, 4. Creation in the sun through the passage and the birth because of what these numbers do. So let me go get my drink. I'm going to come back. And I wish somebody would just say something to me. Hey, I don't understand. Can you explain what you do? And what I do is, it's pretty simple. All the equations that are surrounding us. What is the day like on Pluto? How many hours does it take for Pluto to turn around to create a day? How many years does it take for Pluto to go around the sun? Doesn't matter if it's real. This is the numbers they want us to work with. I put the numbers to work relevant to the cube, relevant to the calculator, relevant to the moon cycle, relevant to numbers that go with certain words like Pluto and Earth and Mercury and Neptune, like constellations like the Big Zipper and the Small Zipper. Well, the Big Zipper is for your chest, or that's the Big Dipper is for your chest, and the Small Zipper is for your sex or your sex organs or something like that. I mean, because I bet you that if you think the good Creator Lord did not put this in for us to find the end, then I think you would be silly to leave out any possibility. I do believe we're in some kind of end game in where everybody knows that God is a gates of Omega divide, Everybody knows the stories. So if you go over the stories over history, where is God? God is in our hearts. God is the love we have for each other. And the love to have for each other is do unto another as you would want to do unto yourself, meaning you want security. So if you want security for yourself and not to worry, then why make another worry? That is the creator, Lord, oh God, within oneself. I am the ego to make it better and as good as possible for everybody around me. But since we all have different choices in life, if we can understand that when I make a choice, it shouldn't be any of your business as long as I don't take away from you or any of yours. And it's not a world of just matter, but words do count. In fact, words are the beginning, is the word. The word is the creator of everything. Without the word, no one is creating. So what does it mean, the word? Is it the word spoken? Is it the word written? Is it a gesture? It ends in RD, so it becomes third. Is it a word if it's not spoken? Inside the word, it is golden. When O and R come together, now when O and R come together, the vibration comes together, 2, 3, and 4, which is Xe, which is also known as 11. So if you're born as the 2, if you're born as the 9 birth and you get the 2 spirit of Venus, or you are born into the heaven and you get the 3 creation, or you're born through the gateway and you get 4, you get the energy, you get the gateway, you get time of Jesus, or you're number 56, 5 and 6, you are born onto the E-world in the light, onto the body, in the name of AC Man. Why AC Man? Why? I only can use the elements given to me. The Hebrews follow the moon on the 169th moon, on the 13th birthday of a male. On the 13th birthday of the male, 169 moons have gone by, 13 by 13. I become man at 13. Was I a boy before? Which is number 42, divided between 2 sides of DC. Now I'm a man. I'm no longer divided between the 2 sides. Now I can use the pee hole. Is that what it is? 4-3 to 5-2, 5-2 to 1-6. Well, 1-6 can't happen. You cannot be the spirit and the light. The spirit comes in to give the light. So either you're the light or the spirit, the holder of the light. I'm the holder of the light. Look, my gateway doesn't stop. Actually, the gateway is the action within thought. The gateway of thought, and also the pliability. What is gold? It's pliable. It's imagination. Before you put your 2 cents, you put yourself, you put your bronze into action. You put your silver where your mouth was. You put yourself into action. I got to get something to drink. Let me see if anybody had said anything anywhere. There's one comment, and it's good vibes, Robin, Ledford. It's, when I say lead, I keep thinking L-E-A-D. And in this instance, it's lead. And you didn't lead anybody, because that would also be L-E-A-D. So what? So when I look at this lead, I don't want to say lead anymore. I want to go le dé. I want to say le dé, because when I say le dé, what it's talking about is about the ring on the dice. because it goes le d, and then it goes for d. So what that's talking about is le d means the cube, okay? Because d means cube. D is also for four. We can be talking about the four sides of the cube. So right away we can be talking about the sun and the birth, or the E world. I'll explain that in a second if I remember. Le in French means the. So we have the gateway when it's a total of 17 when it's in French. It's a total of 33 when it's in English, and that would be the rotation of the sun, and then that would be the passage of the foxhole in your name. And four is not really four. It's supposed to be F-O-U-R. So this one without the U, without the blackjack, means with no life. So it's at the gateway, and it is the cube again because it is the 6 and 15 equaling to 21, in which 1 through 6 equals to 21. But when they're together and F is before O, it means that F, you stopped on E. If you stopped on E, that means that the F has to be down, and you would have a total of 15. Waterfords. You see the same thing with tear. You see, first of all, there's the AR, there's the ER, and there's the IR. Now, when I look at a dice cube basic phonic, is when I have the A and then I have the E, I already know how I got to E. I went 1 times 1 equals 1 and 2. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 1 times 1 equals 1. I got 1 and 2. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. I got to here with 3 and 2. With 3 and 2, okay, I am going to recreate 4 and 1, and then I'm going to create 5 again. And what's so ironic is that, and I'm going to show you this. Hold on a second. You got to see this. See this over here? Oh, hold on a second. Wrong way. Okay, you see that? My son had his feet on one of them that I liked. Well, over here where the X is, right? Where the X is, that is number 23. Where the Y is, okay, that's number 14. So if we're talking about the Y, the 25th letter, okay, at the same time it might look as there's a Y here. That's dividing up and connecting this cube. 100. You see, across this cube, before you put this Y in, these two here and these two here will equal to 39 and 35, 74 energy. This one here and this one here will equal to 37, the gateway to creation of 1 and 1. 1, 1, and 1. The lower world or the upper world. I can put this on the other side as well. So, and then we ring them together. And can I ring anything this way? Well, this, okay, goes over this. See, I didn't put this right. This should have come out to here. This line should have come all the way out to here. Oh, I did one over here. You see the way I connected this one over here? See, this one here connects this one over here, but I didn't go inside of this one. I didn't go inside of this one because this one is going to come. Let me see if I can just screenshot this and take a screenshot. Let me see if I can copy. So let me see if I can do something with you. Okay, it didn't come out the size I wanted to, but I'm gonna show you what I want to do to this. Let me make the screen a little bit smaller. Let me get rid of this. Whoop! I think I just got rid of my screen. Okay, yeah, let me get rid of this. Hold on a second. I got something in my eye. Oh, I like this one. Yeah, that one was good. Yeah, that one's pretty good. So you can see over here the basics of it, right? You see over, oh, you can see it. You see over here the basic X1, okay, 11, and then it has Y, and then 1 and 1, and then it has X holding it up. They're connected together. This says time. You see the double cube here, here. You have to come all the way down and over to connect this. So that's what we're going to do on my next piece. Let's see what I just want to see if we can do this over here. Just let me get a connecting line. I'm just going to do this real quick. Then we're going to go back and do some numbers. But I want to connect these two. Okay. So how would I do that? How would I do that? I go from here. See, there's nothing in the center here. That's the whole thing. There's nothing in the center. And hold on a second. No, I got to go here. It's got to be. So there's nothing in the center. So where would I connect? What connection would this be? Right? Would this be my I connection? Right? Where I connect the top and the bottom, connecting I, and I is showing connecting these numbers and these numbers, 72 numbers, I. So what is the H? How can we get the H this way? I don't know. I'm thinking. I'm just trying to think. How can I? Where does my H come from? Where does my I come from? See the way this closes in, this cube, the way it closes in here, the way it closes in here. It's closing in on this ring, almost making it look like there's depth to it. So if these two close in, what will happen to this gap? Will it become one single doorway or a block doorway? So I'm just asking that question. This is a design by obligation. This is the roulette table. 36 red, 34 red, 32 red. 30 red, 27 red, 25, 23, 21, 18, 16, and 19, and 14. So anyways, I've got to get something to drink in the kitchen. And I'm going to take a 2-minute break after this right now. I'm going to take a break till a minute, an hour and 1 minute. I got something in my eye. Let me leave you with something to look at. This is probably important. I didn't do it. I just added the cubes to understand the rooftop. And where is the rooftop, right? Imagine if number 5 was the rooftop or 0 was the rooftop. We always count that 0 as the rooftop. So just give me a minute. I need a 2-3 minute break, all right? Was good. Okay, I'm going to take a little check on my food here. Wow. Very good. I'm going to add some peas to it. Take a couple of minute break here. Okay, I can't find my can opener. I'm gonna have to go buy another can opener. Yeah, how's everybody doing, eh? This is amazing. Onions are freaking amazing. Amazing. Amazing onions. Amazing onions. Amazing onions. I'm having a little bit of, what do you call it? Mushrooms and onions with peas. Couple of more minutes, all right? Making myself a little cup of tea. So yeah, that's it. We got to raise a couple of million here. Couple of million, we buy this place out. Okay, I'm on my way back. Okay, I'm gonna give you something else to look at. I have to go to the washroom. Look at that. Or you know what? I can let you look up at the ceiling, but I have to go to the washroom, so give me a minute. You know, it's easier for me to understand something in the ancient world than it is for me to understand English. Because when I speak to an English person who doesn't understand French, you would understand my understanding. But if you speak to someone who speaks the language, they would be in denial. Because you don't know the truth. You can't know what you don't know. If you've never heard about it before, doesn't mean it's not real. Okay, just give me a second here. Okay, coming back. Okay, let's begin. Where are we going to go next? So my next question with this is, since I was able and capable of doing it this way, can I do the same thing Whoa, I don't like that I'm not straight. Do you know what that is? This is 1 and 6. And I should be doing another one here also. This is how it works. See the way it's split? It shows that it's split. And then this one is what this is this is the Mayan. They count 13s and 7s for 20 or 7. I'm not sure which way they do it. 7 3 7 3 10 17 3 7 3 7 3 7 3 7 3 7 3 7 3 3 7 3 7 3 7 3 7 3. And for the moon it's this is what it is for the moon. And I'm not really sure what this is. This is your creation of the gate. This is for your moon. And what happens is 13 and 31 and 13 equals to 57, and 31 and 13 and 31 equals 75. So we can go 57, 75. We can go 75, 57. And 75 times 75 equals 50, 625. 75 plus 75 equals 150. Now, this explanation is going to evaluate to what is the short Mayan count of 25,625 years. And reason for this is because 41 times 625 is 25,625, which is 767, which is the eye of Horus, okay, which is your seventh gate connected to your bell here and bell here. I'm not sure if you want to put it at, I put it at the seventh gate this way, and the reason for that is because it's a singularity. I'm not sure if I'm going to crisscross. First of all, this is wrong. What I shouldn't have done it like this. Sorry, that wrong. Let me do it right. Depending on how you want to count number 7, there's more than one way. I'm doing it this way. So when I connect my 6, I connect one 6 here, and I connect the other 6 here. So when I run them together, I run them together this way through the 7th gate. And if you can see, it's dimension. And when it's dimension and it comes to a point, it means 2 are coming into 1. And then if you take a look, we're going into root 80, the heavens, 80, 80. H, okay? And again, if you look at it again, it can also hold on, no, that's wrong. That's the wrong size. Okay, so it's that size, and if you take a look, you see the T over here? Everybody wants to know where the T in the road is. It's right over here when 66 meet. The G does the same thing, okay? I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to show you here. This is 7 meeting 66, and this is 19. This is 13. This is what is your 12. So we have to understand what all these are. This one is going to create this. This will create the lower level of where is 5, and your 5 is right over here. And we need to work with this. These are, hold on a second. These are the 2 majors that we have to work with in the artwork. This is the major part of the design right here. This is where 5 and 7 are connected with 6. 5 and 7 are connected with 6. 5 and 7, 12, are connected with 6, 57, 75, which is also noted to be the year 2015, in where 20 is going to represent darts. It's going to represent 25 and 50 as 27, as 49 is 74 is 77. What did I just do? When you go play the game of darts and you get a bull's eye, okay, when you get a bull's eye, you get 50 points. This is 2 and 21 and 24. But it's 24 is 12 and 12, or 33 in the sun. Oh my God. It hurts so bad not to be able to share, that you can see how deeply this is so connected. There's no way to know this information. Somebody else, whatever I'm thinking, somebody else must know it already. There's no way I can see what I think. That these numbers, it's just so, is it just me that's so coincidental that 41 times 625 equals 25,625? Noted 25 is saying Earth, Earth. It's saying inside of DC. 6 is inside of DC. Why 6? Well, one of the things for 6 is if you want to go through the center of what is 2/3, you must be 6, 6, 6. From here to here, 6. From here to here, 6. From here to here, 6. 6, 6, 6. But it's also 4 and 2, 6. 3 and 3, 6. So if it was 3 and 3, 6, now what you have to do is there's more than one 3. So if you're talking about 2 3s, now you're going to have to go here. And you got a 3 right over here, and you have another 3 over here. So now you'd be talking, what's in the center of that 3? You'd be right over here. And that numeric value is, let me see, hold on a second, let me see if I got this right. Okay, so now you can see, here's the same thing I was showing you. It's the same board. So here's your 3 and 3 value. So in your 3 and 3 value, you have your creation, where your 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 will create 1 and 2. And this side over here, where 1 and 1 is, 1 and 3 shows up. This will create DC. From AC, you will create DC. 13 coming down to 1 and 1. This is where the sun is. This is the rotation of the sun. I don't know exactly how this all works, but if you note that where 7 and 7 is, that's number 16. Under it, you'll see number 9 and 14. Okay, 14 is the in-between. 14 is the in-between. 8, go up to 10, go up to 12. Okay, go up to 14. Now, I think I put that one in the wrong spot. I think it goes down here. I put this one in the wrong spot. I don't know why I did that. All right, let me just see something. Yeah, I think it's like that 14, right? 12, 14, and then 16. And then 15, right, would be right here. 15 would take up part of 14. And 15 would take up 7 and 9, which is the gateway birth, and then it would encompass 14. So that 14 and 7 is the ring and the pole. So the number 8 is coming in between there, the heaven, and number 15, 8 and 15. So that is the black ball. Okay, so 8 and 15 come together. Okay, so 8 and 15 come together from 2 worlds. 3 times 5, 3 plus 5 equals to 8, equals to 15, equals to H, equals to O. And the creation of that is 23, so it is who or how. And the total letter count will be 46. And that'll be on the 169th moon, plus your birth, 170th moon, at the gateway of the 3rd world, separated world. I'm going to just go check my tea in the kitchen. I'm going to come back almost as instant as the tea is. Okay. So we saw what I did there. So now maybe we're going to go and see some numbers. Whoa, there's a whole lot of slew stuff here. Robin, cool. 4 in the corners, 1 in the center. So the center gets the value of 4, right? Imagine, I'm gonna draw it out. So hold on a second. So the other thing is, yeah, we forgot to add this one in here too. Maybe I should have left it like that, right? Instead of calling, now we can call it, maybe that's why we have 8.5, because there's a metric size for size and weights and measures where 30, I think 30 DC is 8.5 something metric. I don't really know what it is. We have to find all the words that coincide with day. What's special about day is it's 3 letters. 27 times 3, okay, equals to 63, which is 7 times 7, 7 plus 7. It's funny the way it plays into each other. It's funny the way 2-7 plays into the way of the Venus gates. In the Venus gates comes Christ, comes creation of the 6th light of the 7th gate. 3 and 6 will bring on AD after the death. How did this happen? I don't know myself. Hold on a second. 3 times 2 equals 6. 3 times 7 equals 21. This is the cube, and this I like to call 6, which equals to number 52, which equals to Earth's heart, which equals to Q, which equals to the gateway. Mathematics and word matching. So this is going to tell me about 6 and 5 right away. Okay, Venus gates, 2 with the 7 void, 2 with 7 areas, 2 areas with 7 missing. Now, right, I took a half area over here. Should I have taken a whole area or a half here and a half here? I took a hole here and a hole here. I don't know. I'm just just plain right now. I'm just trying to find out what the equation is, right? Because now what we have is 1, 2. Now we have 4. And well, yeah, let's just fill the whole thing in for the God's sake of it, right? For the God's sake of it. Let's say it was 8.5 and 8.5 and 8.5. So it'll be 8.5 times 3 equals to 24 plus 1.5. This one would be 4 and 2, because of the 4 times 0.5 equals to 2. So this would be 4 and 2. So I'm just trying to think if this is where the dividing gate will come in, where they're all 8 and 5. If they're all 8 and 5, so that would be 13. And this would be 4 and 2 equaling to 6. And that coincides with your pyramid, where it goes 6, 7, 6, just understanding the numbers, just understanding what it means. So we're plugging into this station over here. Now, what would we call this plug? Would we be plugging in this way? See, there's no use plugging in this way. What would be happening? Okay, first of all, this is in 9s, right? If this was in 9s, we'd be plugging in this way. I don't know how far. I'm just going to go like this. So when I plug in this way, take a look at this point here and this point here, right? It's either this way or this way. When it's like this, the piston's open and the gateway passes. You see the doorway? See, the doorways are towards each other. If the points were pointing the other way, right? which way is this going to go? Inward or outward? See, if I put the points the other way, how can I put the points the other way? If the point was this way, let me just color it just a little bit. See, if the point was that way, you'd probably think the door was open. And then these doors would open this way, and these would go up and down. I'm just presuming, but this is where the 13 and 7 comes in, right here. This is 20, and this is 20. I can prove it right here. The numbers I chose, well, I did it this way, right? So it's 7 and 6, 13, and 4 and 3, 7. So 7 and 6, 13, 4 and 3, 7. I encompassed it by the corners. And the reason I brought it up that it cuts in half is because this piece of work slices it right over here, almost like it's like a gold. See the way it looks like a gold ignet just down here, just a gold ignet. So I'm trying to understand what its full purpose is going to be. See the way you got a big slice inside of it. So not to lose myself, where was I? I spoke about the word a long time ago. I spoke about when O and R come together. The O is the 15th letter. 2, 3, 4 vibration slips in between. The R is a representation of Ra, right there. 1 and 8. 1 inside of 8, creating 10. 4 and 6, 10. 5 and 5, 10. There are no other cubic 10s. Outside of the cube, okay, is the face. And that you have to multiply times 6 every time you look at number 9. Because 9 is on every side. It's just what is with 9. What is with 9? 9 is all the faces. So if you say anything to do with 9, it's all the faces. Now, if you're multiplying it, it'll become 9. If you're adding it, it'll become the number you're adding it to. So where am I going to go with this? So where was I? Just give me a second. Yes. So here's your 10s. So where do you get 2 and 8, 10? Well, your 2 and 8, 10. You see, the 2 will only exist in a dot. Your 1 will only exist in a dot. Your 3, your 4, your 5, your 6, your 7, and your 8 can all be created in the void. So the beginning, and why did I stop? You know what? Hold on a second. Okay, right. Okay, so at 3, you would have 6. So your 3 void, okay, would be opposite of the 8 void. Your 4 void would be opposite of the 7 void. So these are crisscrossing voids. 7 and 4, 4 and 7 is time and energy. They will create in the multiplication in 5 worlds, okay, or 1 connects 4 worlds. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the minimum. That when I create 1x here and just cut all these in halves, right? You see this? I take a diamond and I put a diamond inside the x, creating 1x and turning it to 4 plus 1 major. So it'll be 4 times what was. Do you follow that reality of what's going on? X and O is noted as the 24th and the 15th letter, equaling to 39. One holding the vibration, the other one, okay, creating the gate. 2 and 4 create the gate. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 creates 8 and 6. 8 and 6, 14. That is the ring. The ring and the gate. So what is happening? What is happening? 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals 8 equals 6. Remember, it's the DC gate because it's 3/4 of. Remember that when you spin this cube, nothing, nothing, nothing. That's 6. Whoop, I bump into 2. So I only got 6. I turn it this way. Nothing, 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 nothing. That's 8. I had a total of 8. One way, the multiplication sign goes through the 6. The addition sign goes contrary. So if this is going to be my H, right, then the H has a blockage and will only be 6. H equals to 6. Now the I, okay, which is going to sit this way, I equals 8 and H equals 6. Wow. So the I birth is the heaven, okay, and the H becomes only what is the connecting bridge through the 7th gate. And what it is there's a post here and a post here. So inside the void, okay, you connect the two within that gate. Or one light ignites the two, because the single dot on this side, imagine it shoots out 3 this way and shoots out 3 that way. Or from 2 worlds, they come together. I got to figure this out a little bit more, because each one is an individual, right? Every single one is an individual cube. Just give me a second. I'm going back to the kitchen for a minute. Just give me a second. I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover that I never saw before. Oops, clover. I don't know what Kyoto means. Where did I write that? I have to think of it. I'm coming up with some new words. Nothing under the sun. I'm going back to the kitchen to grab something. And I don't want to go fast. I got to slow down. There's so many things going on. But the thing is, when I mentioned number 37, that 37 is created from somewhere. Number 13 will create, okay, 3 and 4, 7. Where else am I going to get number 25 from? Where am I going to get all these? Anyways, just give me 1 second. I'm going to the kitchen. I'm going to come back. I'm going to see if anybody else is on with us. Okay, let's do this math. Before we do the math, I want to check. And when one letter is walking forward to the next letter, you're going to have a straight back and you're going to have an angle. So it'll seem like the heart is on one side. When the two letters are going to be back to back, you can create that reality. Anyways, let's do this math. 7, 1, 8, 2, 9, 3, 1, 4, 2, 5, 3. So I got to continue on with this. So this is 7, 3. So 7, 3, 3, 6, 7, 4, 3, 7. I got to get another book and do this again. Let's do this again. 3, 7, 3, 7, 3, 7, 3, 7, 3, 7, 3, 7, 3, 7. 3, 10, 13, 20, 23, 30, 33, 40, 43, 50, 53, 60, 63, 70. So was I able to divide in any of this by number 7? And I look down here, and yes, 10 times 7. Was I able to divide by 3? 10 times 3. 11 times 3. 20 times 3. 21 times 3. 1, 2, 2, 3. Just this is anomalies that I know are going to work somewhere else. I'm not really sure right now. This is 1, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3. I'm not really sure what they do. I do know that this will be JG and created by number 25 and 52. Not really sure where 30 is. It comes in day. So now what we're going to do next with that is we're going to go, I'm going to bring it all down here because I messed it up. I'm just going to bring that to a single digit. Now I can set it up in formats of 3, 4 or 4, 3, whichever one you like. But I'm used to doing it this way. 3, 1, 4, 2, 5, 3, 6, 4, 7, 5, 8, 6, 9, 7. So after this, it would be with a 3. So it would be 3 would be 73, and then it would be 80, then it would be 83, and then it would be 90, and then it would be 93, and then it would be 100. So what would it look like over here? So this one here is here, and this one was 73, so it would be 1. So this would be 1, this would be 8, this would be 2, this would be 9. Did we see any of these? We saw 9 and 2. So we haven't, the rotation hasn't come over each other yet. So now we have 93, we have 90, 93, so we have 3, and this would be 100. So we would have 1. And then we would have 3, which would be 103, and that would be September, and it would be Mercury. And that would be number 4. So the beginning of ABC ended with ABC. Let's see what we got. 3, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It took 18 and 3. 21, like the cube. The roulette wheel has 36 numbers, and they're all related, the 36 numbers. And when you go 1 through 36, okay, that equals to your 37 and 666. When you add the end to the end again, it equals to 703, the reverse of itself. 7 times 3 and 7 plus 3 is the face cube, equaling the 31, 5 and 1, the division of your vibration around the heavens of Venus. So now what's going to happen here? We don't need these 3, right? But we need them to find the middle. So we take off the first, we take off the last, and we find out that D is the middle, 586. 586 is the middle. So first, third, and fifth. The third one, let me see, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just trying to see. So somehow these two come together in this, and it's the E world. You see, before we had 5 as the center, but the center is no longer 5. The center is right here. And when I do a complete mathematical count on this, really and truthfully, it's either these two, or it's these two, or it's these two. But it's never all 3. All 3 is a combination of the possibilities. And then again, maybe it could be. Anyways, 5 by 8 is 40, by 6 is 240, plus 19, 259. 18, Venus, 6, 7, and 8 vibration, 3, 4 to what is 6, 7, and 8. 721 with, I don't know what it's telling me. It's at the gateway of DC. That's what it's telling me, at the gateway of DC. 30 and 11, 41. 53. 48. 62. I'm looking for information. So anyways, so this is what happens here, and this is its cycle. The other cycle of 37 is 37, 73, 37. So these two together is going to create 110, and then this one will create 147, and that'll be 7 times 21 equals to 147. So now it's talking about 7 cubes. So once it's talking about 7 cubes, it's now talking about 7 by 33 rotation in the sun. And this is going to equal 210 and 21. 1 cube and a bigger cube. 1 cube and a bigger cube, equaling to 231, which is 77 times 3, which is matter. This is matter. This is Jesus. This is creation of, what did we say about this before 3 and 6? I'm just trying to okay. Number 1, you see this? It can also mean this. Take that note. It can mean this, and it can mean this. This can be noted as a 5 and a 3. This can be noted as Earth as a 25, a 0.25. Can also be noted on its second dimension as 17, or a doorway. The doorway is through a vibration. And the vibration is in creation through the gateway, 56, which represents 3 and 7. Where does all this come from? 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. 7 and 8, 15. 7 times 8, 56. Inside of here is 2, 3, and 4 is your vibration through what recreates this as what created this. 7 times 8, 56. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5, 56. So what is inside of this? It is your vibration. When 5 joins 6, that is when 1 joins 6. It's A to E and it's F to B. But A and F never join. They never join. Never join. They don't. So if you do it this way, you now have 11 and 3, and that's your red ball and pull. So right away you know it's your heaven, because it's a separation of H. Just like you know that Mars creation is a purple sky. 4 and 12 is purple. Purple is 88. It creates 64 and 16, which is the divided skies. Okay, somehow something to do with the moon. I don't know why. This is going to end up being 24 and 10, which is DC. And it's the divided world, 10. 10. A, B, C, D is 10. This creates 8 and 6, which is when you put your hand around the cube this way, and then you take your... Oh, look. See, it stopped. This way it stopped, and this way it can still flow. Right? So going this way, it can still flow. So when the 2 and the 5 are up, it can flow. But the minute the 4 and the 3 go up, the DC goes up, the flow of the 6 doesn't turn anymore. It blocks. It only goes 3/4. So it only goes 3/4. 3/4 is going to represent 2772, which is part of, this is the beta gates, but it is the alpha heavens of Venus. 1 times 8, 1 plus 8, that creates this, and then that recreates this. Beta gates 2 and 7. This is also 1/3 Venus. 1/3 Venus. Venus is number 81. 81 through 5 letters. So hold on a second. 81 divided by 5 equals 2. Venus is connected to the moon. See the 16 and the 2? When you have, and you can just put another 0 after the 20. When you have anything to do with these numbers together, 201 without the 6, okay? Because that 0 can turn into a 6. So if you have 261, you can just add a 0. So anything to, not with 26, but it's got to be like that in any order. And that'll represent a pole of the moon. Remember, singularity between here and here means one opposite side. Double means a ring. 2 means 4. 1 means 2, but not all the time. Depends what you're talking about. So, so when we did this over here, and we had 37, 110, 147, which is the ring and the pole. 14 around, 7 up and down. 147, the ring and the pole. It is also the cycle of the numerics for Pluto, which is 1 month, that all 13 months, all 12 months are 28 days. But in the 4th month, there are 4 months. There are 4, 7, and 1. 28 times 1. 28 times 4. 28 times 7 equals to 140 and 56 equals to 80 and 32 equals to 20 and 8. This equals to 196. This equals to 85. This equals to 28. In this one over here, I'm going to go 7 times 3 equals to 21 plus. Here, I'm going to go 4 times 2 equals to 8 plus. Did I get that right? It was 85, but it's 112. 112, 8 plus. And here it's going to be nothing. So we can have 217, 120, and 28. So here we're going to have a cycle, just a plain basic cycle. We can also call it to the name of man. In this one, if you want to call it A and B equals to what is C. In this one over here, we're going to call it the game of pool. It's going to be 15 balls, and your vibration is between 1 and 5. This is your pull. If it was 2, 1, it'd be the ring. In this one, it's the pull. In here, it's the cube to the gateway, 21, 7. It's telling you about the pull and the entirety. It's telling you about the gateway, 1 and 7. The difference between 1 and 7 is what is FB. Did I get that right? Right. What is FB? There, on a singular dice, you cannot get, on 2 dice, you cannot get the 1. On a singular dice, the smallest one is 1, right? And the greatest all oppositions is 7, but the reality is this is the only 7. So when you're talking 7, you're talking about the 617, because there is no 7. You can be talking about all of them, because 21 is saying there are 3 7s. So this is these 7 months. So you have 5, 6. You have 365 days. Note that the word 3 equals 56. Note that 745, okay, or 465 minutes, which is also noted to be the Federation, FED, 456, 15, 24, 120. It's telling us about Mars as the Federation gateway. That's what it's basically telling us. Cribbage is another reason for that, because in cribbage, this is an automatic 5. It's an automatic 5 count E world. Cribbage ends in 120, telling me more about, but not only does it tell me about that, it's just the singularity pole is Mars. The 2 is Earth. So if you're going to talk about 20, you're going to be talking about Earth. If you're going to be talking about 10, you're going to be talking about Mars. A, B, C, D equals to Mars. Now, when you talk about 20, you're going to create 4 times 20 equaling to 80. And that is your pole replacing 66. What happens is we put a cube over both what is 6 and 6. We connect them together, and we call that 8. So it is 12. It is 12, but it adds up to a total of 20, but it is 8. And it's created by 2 times 6, 2 plus 6 equals to 12, equals to 8, equals to 20. So it's telling you the whole story in what it is, and it's also repeated right here in the cube. Hold on. Did I say it was repeated in the cube? No, it's repeated in another way. It's that this cube here, this cube over here, is there are 4 and 4 corners equaling to 8. There are 2 and 2 equaling to 4. On the side, there are 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 equaling to 8. Now, when I flip it upside down, there's 2 and 2. So there's a total of 12. There are a total of 8 to the corners, and 12 to the inside, also the NASA twist, okay, to this thing, equaling to a total of 20. And there are 6 in the center, making the cube 26, and one that is hidden and unknown that rotate 6 colors. But really, the yellow opposite of the white will make a lighter yellow. The green opposite of the blue. There's already a little blue in the green. The red opposite of the orange. So there's already red and yet. You see that red? It's already in the orange. You see that yellow? Well, it'll just become the 2 lightest colors are opposite of each other. But we have to figure out which is the major color that will coincide with what is 1. If I figure out that the white is number 1 because it has a sticker on it, I will now note that the 6 is yellow. So the white is the 1 dot. The 6 is the yellow dot. Now, since standing up this way is the way to stand up, I want to see if I have another, if I have a major, do I have a major one here? Oh, I got one here. I got one here. It's stamped. Okay, I think it's stamped at the top. I think it goes this way. So since it goes this way and that goes that way, that means red is number 3. Orange is number 4. That means 2 is blue. And green is 5. So if I had to go towards Earth, I would say blue and green is the numeric value for Earth. If I had to go to the sun, then I would go green and orange for the sun. If I wanted to go to the cycle or man, if I wanted to hit man, I would have to go to the void in the 1 dot. So the void in the 1 dot, right? The void in the 1 dot, and it's white. So I would have all these colors to the void now in the 1 dot. You see, I don't want a perfect Rubik's Cube. In fact, I don't even know how many colors I should have on any side that are going to tell me the combinations of how our planetary setup and numbers are done, finding a new way to talk about words. The true words are coming about. Where's God's creation? Now, the biggest question now, hold on a second. Let me unravel this. Where is God's creation? Who created the word God? The reverse alphabet of God is TEX, T-E-X. So if you wanted to reverse the word of God, and you wanted to start it again, it would be text. T20 plus 05 plus 24 equals to a total of, I'm not counting the vowel, equals to a total of area space plus spirit. T-E-X. T-E-E-X. So you can almost add another 10 onto that and say it's out of the sun. Tex God. Tex God. So when you come to text, you see, because God is in the left side and T-E-X is on the right side, I'm just trying to figure it out. What has to happen is they have to come together. We are the only ones that can speak for the Almighty. The Almighty has put a burden on us, and that burden was to speak for whoever the Almighty is. And our way of speaking is how God would treat his children, how you would treat your children. Respect, plain and simple. What is respect? Is it because I chose something that you don't like that I'm not respecting you? True or false? Which way are our letters going? True or false? I chose to do something you're totally against, okay, with no reason other than no calculated reason or risk. Anyways, I don't want to get into that. I just want to continue with a few numbers here. It's 10:30 already. It's 10:24. Wow, that's 624 minutes. It's also BAD, bad. It's bad. 124, 124, 214. The cube in Mars. Why is it bad? The cube is in Mars. The cube 21, 21, 42 is a split gateway. The cat is at the pole. 124, the cat is at the pole. 324 would be our vibration at the pole. Would be the vibration of the ring and the pole vibrating together. 324. The reverse of 324 is 8, 7, and 6. What does it mean that we're on the other side? We're in the heavens of the gateway of the sixth light, the half world. 6 is the half world, right? We only create a C. We can't create the D. This way, okay, it is the D. This way, it is the C. Captured between 1 and 1. Jesus was put on the cross, captured between 1 and 1. Put on the cross, but look, captured between 1 and 1. And where are his feet? Captured at the bottom. Okay, captured at the bottom between 1 and 1. Okay, where can we take this? Okay, let me go, and I'm a little hungry. The second hour. Can I take a couple of minutes? Can I take a couple of minutes? Let me see if anybody's watching anywhere. I'm usually not, but okay, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, I'm going to grab something in the kitchen for 2 minutes. Be my second break, 2-3 minutes. If there's something you want to ask me. We were talking about the colored dots. Remember, what I did is I looked at this piece in the center that showed me that, and then one of the dice cubes also had a marking, right, to show me which way the cube should go. And remember, the 3 is like that and like that. 2 different stories. I don't have the story yet. I'm finding all the anomalies inside what God did. God brought us together. Everybody is a piece of information. Only through love, when we come together and we watch each other's back and we stand up for who is I am, together as we are, I don't know how to explain it. But our unity is our safety. We don't need more safety. We need to know how to use our methods to be the eye for our neighbor without interfering with our neighbor. That's what it's all about. We have to polarize ourselves instead of having somebody come in and recreate and dictate new laws based on no logic. Because the logic has already been built into the rationale of creation. Certain things you don't do for great reason, but it's a maybe this and because the majority said so. It should never have anything to do with majority. Majority don't work. That's not the way. That's not liberty. Liberty is pliable, okay? And liberty is pliable, and it changes into different metals depending on how you act upon your liberty. Eventually, you become solid metal. Give me a minute. Let's get something to eat. Okay, I'm going to be there in a minute. I'm going to warm up my tea. So now we just spoke about what number 26 does, right? 2 times 6, 2 plus 6. And crisscrossing here is 6 and 6. Number 8 goes over here. Number 7 is over here. So you now have 6, 7, 6. And then over here, you have 8. So 8 and 7 is 15. 8 times 7 is 56. 71 creates your gateway. Your one gate between 616. 6 days to 1 day arrest to 6 days. 48 and 14 equals the 62. That creates what is the rotation at the gate by Rubik's Cube. In where you have 6 sides to where you turn 1 in between 2. 1 besides 2, 1 in between 2. And you have the center. You have 3 that go straight down. 1, 2, 3 at the bottom. Then 4, then 5, then 6, then 7. There are 7 that belong to the core. So you have 20 and 7. Actually, you have 20 and 6 and 1. And what is the numeric value for the birth on the moon? 2160, the exact number. There's 2160 kilometers to the moon. It's a cubic moon. It is the 1/6 cube. It is from 1 over to 6, which makes it AE. This is a little bit too hard to explain right now, but let's leave that out. What is between 1 and 2? There's two things between 1 and 2. One of them is 55. When you both meet at the dead center, it's a half away and a half away. But also in between there, it's going to be 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, and 1.5. And when you're counting down, it'll be 1.9, 1.8, 1.7, 1.6, 1.5. So when you're asking where's 19, 18, 17, and 16, they're the difference between 1 and 2. So in each number, there's going to be some alternative numbers, whether they have any reality to themselves, however they were created, if it was some element, AU, or some kind of other element. Anyways, so we went over the dots, right? The one dot is white. The 2 dot is blue. The 5 dot is green. The 4 dot is orange. The 3 dot is red. The 6 dot is yellow. The opposite reverse of God is text. A, E, I, O, U, reverse O and E, everything is between I. Even though this is 1, 5, and 9, okay, the order it's read in. Now, if we look at it in another order, okay, it'd be A, U, E, O, and I. This is the way it would be. A, U, E, O, I. This, what would this look like? I'm trying to figure out if this would say something else, because this is 1, 3, 5, 6, 9. So in rotation, okay, and it also looks like 10, but in rotation of the E world, okay, of the sun and the moon. You know what the opposite of this is? Look at that, 975, the face of the DC moon. Where do I get moon? Right here, 5 and 7, male and female, birth, rotation of the gate, 63 and 16, the cube and the gate, 63 and 16. There's another number that's going to create this, and that's 36 and 12. I'm just trying to see all the numbers that will relate to these two numbers, and then we can focus what numbers created it, what words created it, right? 77 will create this. 8 and 8 will create this. So once we get 8 and 8 creating this, we may as well work on that creation. So that will be 64 and 16. Multiplication and addition. This is what creates my gateway. 6 and 4 is 1. 1 and 6 is 7. Into the addition. If I do the multiplication, this is going to show me the cubic half-life. This one is going to show me the result of the cubic half-life. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 equals 7 and 6. 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 equals 24 and 10, equaling to 34. Although it equals to 34, it equals to 1 plus 0 is 1, and 2 plus 4 is 6. So from this, it equals to this. And you want to see something really ironic? The word 1 equals to number 34. To create it, it's 6 times 4, 6 plus 4. So it's all inside its own numerics. I went 6 times 4, 6 plus 4. We created 1 and 6 because I already knew the answer over here. 24 and 10 equals to the numeric values over here. Where else am I going to go with this? So we can see right away that 686 becomes what is the passage, the diameter of the moon, telling me also about the cube that's in the moon. And this is telling me about the passage also, because 1 and 6, there's a gap. And the gap is between A to E and B over to F. In fact, I really think I should be going A, B, E, and F, E, C. I might be doing it that way. You always have to have two, your first two that you begin with, right? Anyways, I don't want to get into that. Let me get into some part of the numbers that we were on before. We talked about 3 and 7 all the way. And then I did, just 1 second, 37, 73, 37. Then I went, by the way, this is 1 and 21, 1 and 21, 1 and 21. This will equal to 63 and 3. What is this? 7 times 3, 7 plus 3. Sorry, 10. 7 times 3, 7 plus 3. So it's 30 and 63. So it's day of the gateway. These are 3 cubes. What comes with 10, 10, 10? Where is this? This is so confusing. I didn't want to get into this. I'm not ready for it. I'm not fluent. There's no story with it. I'm not in a flow for it. Sometimes I need a flow. Your 10 is A, B, C, D equals to 10. But your other 10s are where 1 and 9 equals to 10, where 2 and 8 equals to 10, where 4 and 6 equals to 10. There's different kinds of 10s, okay? We only, because the cube tells us, we only can make 3 of them. We only can make 3 of them. So let's say one of the 10s we're going to make is going to be 2 and 8, 10. Then I'm going to go 9 and 1, 10. And then I'm going to go 4 and 6, 10. So I had 2 and 8, 10. I had, I'm going to use this, all right? Usually I don't do it this way. Usually I like to go the other way, but I'm going to use this calculator, all right? So, and don't forget, by doing this, I leave these 2 sides open so I can back up the ship. Back up, back up, back up, back up. 4 ships backed up to 1 dock. And then we can go out this way to the next, because this is singular. Don't forget the next cube to this, right? Everybody knows what happens on the 8th cube. You complete the week. On God's day of rest, right? 7, 8 into the heavens. 7, 8 into the heavens. The difference between what is DC, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. And in between that, that's the 7th gate. 3476, okay? This over here is the word God. Between it, it's creation of the heavens, between the 2. 3 and 4 are divided, so 6 and 8 have become divided in their own. And that division is the 7th gate. And it shows us right over here where all the opposites are 7, where 2 cubes added to what is 8 will flip over to what is 6. Nothing to do with me, all to do with the truth. Everything, and somebody knows about this, because if I know about it, somebody else knows. This is all being controlled. Just push a button. That's basically what it is. Push a button, we got a storm. So where am I in this? We did this before. My God, this is so a while ago. So when I finished this up over here, I hope I can remember where I was. The cube is 7 times 21, 147. The 8th one is here. 7 times 33, 77 times 3, Christ energy. The pull to the cube, the pull to creation. I'm just trying to think where else I can go with this. Add on 14 over here. Just trying to think. 7 and 7 is 14, 17. This becomes Q gateway. This equals to 248, 248, 248, and 365. This has to do with something to do with Moses's laws, but also when you have the 8, it means because you're passing through the gate. Bar the 66. 6, 6, passing through the gate. Bar that 8. You see, we can go through it this way, right? But we can't go through it this way. So we can't go above and below. But if we put it this way, we can go around and around and around. So if we're going around and around and around, we're going around through what is 5R2, Earth's rotation, around and around through I, 5, 2, and 9. Why do I see this as 9? Because the singular dot on this side, when it's put over here, will connect the top and the bottom and create the letter I. I have to take it the way a child would see it because we are all the children and coming together and sharing our knowledge and peace. And it's happening right now that we need to come together and share this word. And we need to build a machine that we can put in all the information that we have, certain words, planets, constellations. And anyways, when we have it this way, it's I. When we have 3 or 4, when we have DC up, it's blocked. When we have 5 and 2 up, it's running. We can, with 3 and 4, look where we're blocked. We're blocked in 3, and we're blocked over here on this side. I'm just trying to see if we did it this way. 5 blocks. I'm just trying to take a look. I don't want to use this as a block for some reason. How many are open space? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did I use it? Let me start on 3. Let me do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10. So I do it this way. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let me start on 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10. So do you see what's going on here? I found a new way to find 10. Just something like that. Anyways, don't let me lose my head with this. So since we added on one more here, this over here are the voided areas that hit 231. The next area, I will have to add 33 more, will equal to 264. Now, that 264 is going to be God. It is going to be the game. It is going to be the card. It's going to be Zion. It's going to be the divided gate. It's going to be the day. It's going to be a man on the moon. 8, 4, 6. It's going to be the rotation of man. But there's something else I saw inside of that for 2 seconds. Oh, yes. Yes. On the computer, it's on the computer, 264, 528. 264. So it's split. It's a split on the cross. The cross is 528 or 258. Let me look at this again. 258, 129. Right. Okay. So that's your birth. 129. 129 is 249. Okay. The divided gates. 852 is 426. Okay. I have no answers for anything I just said. Remember this note. Anytime you have any number to do with the 20s, okay, multiply it times 4. Anything to do with the 20s, multiply it times 4. Anything to do with the 30s, I don't want to say anything about it. The reason for this is because in the French language, they say when they're talking about 20s, the 20 area is up to 29. It's about combinations. After that, it's building 30 is part of 30 is part of 20, and 10 is a mixture, in which everything comes from the cube. All the numbers come from the cube. There's a difference when you get over to 70, because in French, they're going to say 60, plus they're going to say they're going to add an extra 10, like they added something extra. When you say 80, they're going to say 4 times 20. So when you're saying 4 times 20, you're not counting 1 on each one of the cubes. You're not counting 1. Is that because it's a continuous? So you, instead of saying 21, you're just saying 20, which means the 6 is at the top. So since everything is about 3, you'll have 3 6s up, 1 down, which will make 18 and 3. The chicken does the same thing. Remember that. That's another rotation we have to find out. And that's also the Mercury. Mercury is the center dot, right? The center dot on this is Area 51, stands for Mars. But 1 is also standing for Mercury at the same time. Mars, Mercury. Mars and Mercury. Maybe that's why it came out in the song. There's something I just missed in my head right now. 90, yes, 60, 60, 70, 80, 90, you'll say 4 20s, right? And then you'll say 10 through 19. The cube, what happens with number 8, 9, 10 is when you get to the 7th gate, you go down 7, you go down half an area to 8, you go down half an area to 7, you go down 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. So when you go 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2. So this number over here, 891, is 2 decks of cards. It is 730 days. See that number 73 coming back? That's 2 years. 91 is 2 decks of cards. So it's communication in 2 years, 10-4, communication between one and another, 2 decks of cards. 104 cards, 52 and 52. And why I said that is because every set of 13 cards will equal to 91. So there's 8 times 13 cards, okay, which is 80, and 24, which is the divided gates. 44 and 44 coming together is 88. And that is Pegasus. And that's purple. And it takes red and blue to create purple. Blue is 2 and 10, which is 2 and 10. Red is 3 and 11. 3 and 11, 2 and 10. It creates purple, which is 4 and 12. Here's your 4 and 12 right over here. Here's that house we live in, that 4 and 12, equaling to a total of 16. The day and the night. The divided house. 44 and 44. Do we share this area in the center? Do you follow the sense of this? Also, this is 981. And 981 is Rubik's Cube, right? There's a 9 face. And in the 9 face, there's 9 per square, 9 areas per square in order to find center. So that would be 81. So it would be 981. When you multiply 9 by 81, Okay, it equals 729. The Earth's diameter is 7920. Is that what it is? 7920. Also has something to do with connecting to the Mayans. One, two, three, four, five. The Earth is a fox pass. You see, 365.47. This is the way Earth moves. If I'm going to have to create another cube and put it down here and watch the movement of the Earth as I flip these cubes over. The reason I say it is because we have 365 days a year, 0.25. But in this here, it's 0.47. Don't forget, as much as we have time in the year, don't exclude your life. Your life value is 22. Bust. Ape, monkey, bust. 22 APE. What other words are 22? They also have to remind yourself that two numbers, 27 per number is 54. 54 take away 22 is 32. Your creation of Earth, Venus. 3 times 2, 3 plus 2. Yo, 11. You are the student of Earth and Venus. We are terrestrials. We are the ETs living on a planet what is known to be Mars. We never left. We don't have to go there. We've already arrived. The numbers don't lie. The dice cube doesn't lie. It's played at all the casinos. The cards don't lie. Artwork doesn't lie. Mathematics don't lie. Only people who choose not to do the work to tell the story do not know that they're lying. But lying means not to tell the truth and to tell what they believe without actually knowing the actual answer, but saying this is it. Then how are you sure? Because you concocted some kind of mathematical equation that made it come out. I'm just using addition and multiplication. I'm using an alphabet you gave to every single child. I'm using the numbers that come off of a dice cube, Rubik's Cube, a calculator, a telephone, the ATM. I'm using a keyboard that you gave to the entire world to use. You show me where I tell a lie. Absolutely, it's all a blending. This whole world is blending. I don't know how to say it any better. I know there's a lot of my work I haven't even done. There's weeks and weeks and weeks of things I have not presented. One, I mean, that usually do they make a difference? Until we can put it all together, somebody's looking for this information. The seconds in the day. 4 by 2 by 4. The other one is 6 by 4. The other one is 8 by 6. So here, the cat breaks out into 6 and 4, which comes the moon, and then 6 and 8 is your gateway. What is your next one going to be? It's going to be 8, 10, which is going to be Venus. Venus is on the outside. 8, 10, then it's going to be 10, 12. And then on the outside of Venus, 10, 12, I think is your life. Can I just let me see that? 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 6 and 4, 1, 6. So then 4, 6. No, wait a second. Where there's 6, there'll be 4. Where there's 8, there'll be 6. Where there's 1, there'll be 8. Where there's 12, there'll be 10. Where there's 14, there'll be 12. Where there's 16, there'll be 14. Okay. The combination goes like this. Here is 3/4. And see, it happens 3/4 over here, but it doesn't happen again. So this is your primary base. So I'm just trying to think of what it is. This is 8 and 1. This is 1 and 3. This is 3 and 5. This is 5 and 7. And this one is that. And this one is 9 and 2. This one is 2 and 4. This one is 4 and 6. And the next one's going to be 6 and 8. Okay, 6 and 8. So it repeats over here again. It repeated here, and it repeated up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 10th one. It repeats on the 10th one. Anyways, whatever it is, I'm a little bit tired. I don't know where I'm going right now. We're living. It seems like we're on the inside of Venus. Venus is like on an outer ring, and then we're on the inside of Venus. In fact, we'd be the third rock from the sun, according to these numbers. Let me see if there is one little thing I did want to bring up, and maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it now. I've done it before. I did this 37 thing, right? I did the 3-7 thing that we see over here. There's also the 3-1 thing. The way our moon goes right now, or the way it's supposed to go. And I also didn't do the 6-1, right? With God's rest, 6-1. What happens with 6-1? Can we do the 6-1 also? Don't forget, it could be 6-1, it could be 1-6, right? So I don't know how much paper I want to use up here. Anybody got anything to warn me about? My owner wants to come and do some checkup here for no reason at all. He's trying to throw me out. I need a couple of million to buy the building. Maybe we can all own it together. So this is going to be 6-1, and this is going to be 3-1. So this is going to be 3, and then 1, and then 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 3. So here we made it from here to here, and here's the in-between of this vibration. 1, 2, 3. I have a 4 here. I came up with 2, 1. So this is the rotation of that. I don't know what the story is yet. This is in the first. No, don't forget, we can do it backwards. Here I went 3 and 1, but now I have to go 1 and 3. It changes everything around. See, 1 and 3. 1, if I put 1 here and 3 here, I got 4. And then 1 here would be 5. So it's a different story. And then I would put them together. Right. So 6 and 1. 6 and 1 is 7 and 6. 6, 1. Here we're going to go 6, 1. 6, add 1 is 7. Add 6. Add 1. 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 Add 6. 674, 674, 289, the deck of cards. The gateway to the spirit. Earth's creation of God. God is Earth's creation. So what if I did that the other way? What would 6? Let's say I went with 1, 6, 1, 6, 1. So this would be 8. It would be 6, 7, and 8. The Earth's vibration in reverse. Here we went with God, Earth. Now, don't forget, here is going to tell you one story. Here is going to tell you another story, because here is the side of 147. This would be running the cycles. What is the difference between 147 and 137? 1 and 3 equals to 4. Thirteen equals to 4. I'm just trying to think of if there was anything else about that besides this being the cube. This is the, first of all, please note that this is energy. This is the cube. Note that there's a love and polarity between the 3 and the 4. The others are the same. I'm just trying to see, this one is 21 and 10 equaling to 31 and 1. This one is 28 and 11 equaling to 39 and 1. Just trying to think. I know this is the cycle of creation, and this is the cube. This is the cube. This is the cycle of creation, but there was something else inside of here that I was trying. Oh, yes, this is also the rotation of the moon, man and the moon and the spirit. And this one here is 98. This one's in Venus. This one's in the cube spirit. This one will fit with the deck of cards. And again, back to the moon. 13 and 14 are a split between M and N. They're polarities in themselves. They both meet at the gateway. They both meet at number 8. They both meet at number 8 right over here. See right over here? Number 8 will go here. Or how about number 8? Number 8, right, meets over here. 10 is in between, but 8 joins the two of them together. You see that V? The V means I'm joining 2. The Y is the continuous way down. See this in between? It's a famous design, this design that's in between there. So what is the answer to this? 284. I don't want to do that. 275. Anyways, let's not look into that. Where else can I go with this? Hold on a second. Yeah, this is what I want to do. We're going to go through this last piece really quick. Oh, yes, we were talking about the stars, right? We can only connect 3 parts of a star. So I'm going to do this one. Right away, I got a mistake, eh? I'm just trying to see. I'm just trying to see if I can do this. Can I do this? Okay. So I got 2, 8, 4, 6, 2, 8, 4, 6, 9, 1. And this one, I got 3, 7, 2, 8, 4, 6. And now I'm going to okay, here I got 193746. And then okay, and then we got this one over here. So here is where the H star comes in. Here is where the I star comes in. My question is, we get Z over here, and we get N over here. So when you're creating, remember your delta angle, right? Your number 4 sailboat, the 10-cent piece. Remember that, the 10-cent piece, the 4 sailboat. So when you create, I'm not sure exactly which way I should do this. There's multiple heights. So when you create this, what you're going to color in is the same thing as that. I don't know if I should have cut it that way or that way, but that's basically, for me, close enough to equate to the same thing. At the same time, I'm not sure if you can see this. So that's basically what would be in the Star of David. It would be a, I'm just trying to understand it a little bit deeper. Maybe if I took it off the screen and I duplicated it, I don't know if it can close up and look like a square, have 2 cubes. I'm not really sure what it should look like. Is that what we should do with that? At the same time, if you take a look, there is a cube right there inside of it, right? You see that? So you have an hourglass and an hourglass weighing out this cube. So no one can ever really control the vineyards, the information network. So I'm just looking at things that are going on around the world, that when this cube releases, all information that was ever gathered on every single human being that was trafficked throughout the world will be lost from this cube forever. And now it's got to be stored somewhere else. The old, what I like to look at, the old ROM or Rome is gone and it's ended. Rome has to do something with computers. Everything has to be related to computers, because this is a computer-generated system we live in right now. Otherwise, all these mathematical realities could never exist just from these stories related to where planet Pluto comes in. And let me see, Pluto, 84 divided by 5 equals 5 letters, 84 value, 16 and 8. Pluto, the divider between day and night. Do you see that number? Also brings on the heavens of spirit, 729, the diameter of the earth, bringing on the spirit, bringing on the church, bringing on the separation of the cube, 4 times 4, 4 plus 4, equaling to day and night, area, space. Why do I say day and night? The word teen equals to 44. The word space equals to 44. So I know right away that when I hit the teen and I get 44, I know it's a separation between day and night. I got to the gateway. I don't know what it all means. I'm still putting it together right here. I don't have it written down anywhere. I just have all the stories. We need a computer. We need to input all the equations that you can't forget. We also need to understand the ins and the outs and how much area space is being used for the clock, how to connect this. How far do I go out? Well, according to numbers, I shouldn't go out more than 9. My longest stick is 9. So the question is, do I put 3 in the center and then go 4 this way and 4 that way? Sorry. 3 in the center, yes. 3 in the center and go 4 that way and go 4 that way. One of the things about 3 in the center, the cube. Second thing about 3 in the center is 9. 9 is the maximum. But ABC has been put at the beginning and at the end. Like above is below, so ABC also has to be recreated after the 9 birth for the basic creation. The D is when we recreated our own world. When you got the 13, you now recreated a moon world. Okay, now I don't know what that actually means, the moon and the sun, which is your face and your butt somehow. I'm jogging that in my head. So you need your ruler, and then you need a yardstick. So now you have to start going through yard, ruler. Yard is 3, ruler is 1. So in between both ends of the ruler, okay, is that whatever it is. So do we bend the ruler twice, making it 12, 12, 12? 12 times 144 times 12 equals to 1728. I know that number quite well. I know in between 1 and 8 is 2 and 7. It's representing both 1 and 8 and 2 and 7, which is the 1 and 2 in creation. 56 times 2 is 112 plus 17, 129 plus 1, 130, creation in the moon. Anyways, I don't want to get into that right now. I'm rather tired. I just want to show you these basic creations. The total of these letters will say Heinz. It'll be 57. This one over here is 19, 37, and 28. So with the cycle, okay, and your spirit, with the cycle and the cube in both of these. But in this one, it's with the moon. I never can understand this. This is going to repeat DC. I got to understand this a little bit more. I got to understand everything a little bit more. 37, 28, 7, 8, 6. Okay. 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 Your vibration. Okay. I got that. So this is your vibration. Okay. This is your vibration. This is your 72 hours. Yes. Everything coincides. Okay. 8 and 2. Now I got to go. Hold on a second. 2 and 8, high and low. Low and low is 2 and 6. Low and low is 3. Just trying to figure something out. This is 21, the cube. This is 9, the birth. UI. 21 and 9. This will become EI. I don't know what they all mean. I'm trying to figure it out myself. I know the spirit and the cycle comes in over here. This is Z. This is the 26th letter. This is the 14th letter. So this is going to be your DNA through the sun. Everything coincides with the N letter. This is going to be H letter for your heavens, and this is your birth. Heavens and birth. Zion, Israel, heavens. 28, cycle of man is your birth creation to the gateway. 7, 8, and 9 equals to 24 and 6 XF. This one equals to 8, 13, 8 and 22, life in the heavens. 22 and 24. There's a big difference between this one and this one. And apparently, this is life in the heavens. And this one is the DC life. You know, these two are divided, right? Remember we spoke about that, the H and the I. And don't forget, this is also an I, as this is an H, because all I have to do is turn it this way and the letters change. But if I did change the letters this way, what other story will I say? Am I supposed to be this one or this one? Which way should I be? And remember, there's also this story where I put the cube up sideways. And now the 1, 3, 7, and 9 are in the position of 2, 4, 6, and 8. And they become on the cross through what is crossed out on the 45-degree angle. So there's questions I have to ask myself. So anyways, so this is the Star of David. Can I do anything else with this? Can I make it go off this way? You know, if you want to go to the E world, right? So that's your Star of David. Can we go down at all? Can I go up and in? Should I go up and... No, I don't want to go up and in. If I did go up, I'd have to go up to here and in. That's the way I'd have to do it. Up to here. And then I'd have to... Would it be like that? This out to here? Oh, because I went out here, I went up. Out would be like that. Maybe it's flying now, eh? Okay, so we're gonna do one last piece. I'm a little bit tired. We're gonna do the number rotation. We're gonna start off in Fibonacci star system, and we're gonna see all the numbers that match. We're gonna see if we can keep this equal. 1 and 1 becomes 2 and 3, becomes 5 and 6, becomes 4 and 1, becomes 5 and 4, becomes 20 and 9. We have to stop here. Becomes 29. Which becomes, sorry, I shouldn't have done it that way. I'm going to do it this way. Which becomes 29, which becomes 18 and 11. That's the end of the road. A, B, C, D, E, F. And that's the result inside of F. So now we're going to go number 2 is 13. Whoop. We have a mistake already before I even began. Then we're going to go number 13. 13 becomes 34, becomes 19, becomes 10 and 9. Then we're going to go to 14. But we don't need to do number 14 because 14 revert back to A, E. A, E. Here we're going to go at B, just so I can keep track. AE is where you find number 14. We don't have to go any further. But if you do want to go any further, maybe I should. Let's go all the way just to see what happens. 5, 4, 20, 29, sorry, 29, which will become 18 and 11. So here, all you have is A, B, C. Here, you have A, B, C, final result. Now you have number 5, okay? 1 times 5, 1 plus 5, 6 and 5. And then it goes to number 41, A, B, C, where in A, you had it here. So then you're going to go 54 is D, and now you're going to go to E. So 1 and 5 only goes to E. This is where your vibration lies, inside the sun and your birth. Mars, again. Now you're going to go to 16, 76, 55, 35, 23, 56, 41, 54, 29, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. The cube goes right through the cube. It even gets the center. See where it gets the center, CC of D? 3.5 is the center. Remember, 3.5 is 1. 4 times 7. This is 5 times 7. This is energy, and this is the moon. You have to add on 1/4 more, or 1 1/4 to the cycle. 1.25. Earth and Mars come together at that corner. I base 28 grams on an ounce. We have to understand weights and measures. So number 17 will equal to 87, will equal to 17 again, or 71, whichever one you want. Actually, it's 71. Note which way it is. Note which way it is, because it'll tell you this side or that side. Then you're going to go 18, 89, which is 72 and 17. Understand that. Okay. Inside of Venus gates, and the gates of Venus inside the spirit. This is us, 17Q. Then we have 19, but 19 will become 10 and 9, and it's already been done over here. So then after that, you would have, forget about 20, forget about 21, because it's already over here. Can you do 22? Then you end up with 8, 2 times 2, 2 plus 2. Because there's only a total of 8, right? Because there's only a total of 8, I'm going to use 44, because there's a total of 8. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 is 16, and 8 equaling to 24. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 equals to, see, we had to open up this one over here. 2 times, oh yeah, it was 44. 4 and 4. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4. See, I opened this one up. The total here was 8, right? The total here was 1 and 2. The total here was 2 and 2. 4 and 4. So I just doubled that up. Instead of just adding it to 8, I doubled it up. So here we have, I shouldn't have done that. So I'm not supposed to explain the whole thing. I'm just going to do it. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 is 16, and 8, 24. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 6 and 8, 14, which creates 5 and 4, which creates 29. So this, okay, will come right back into the first cycle. Life comes back into the first cycle. And it's in this cycle over here, inside of 15. 23 doesn't have to be done, because 23 is over here. 24 is over here. 25 is done and equals to 17. And once 17 is done, it becomes 87 and then 71. That's the cycle here. So 17 and 25, 25 will recreate 17, same as 17. So we have 26, and this is where Rubik's Cube comes in. 2 times 6, 2 plus 6 is 8 and 12 equaling to 20, where you have 8 corners to the top and the bottom, and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 into the centers. 20 make 12 and 8 for 26. This is the game. This is the God. This is the card. Look up all the things that rotate to number 26. And you know what the invert is? That's right, 51 Mars. So I can continue on. It's 3 hours. I think it's enough. But if you continue on, you'll see how all the numbers come together, and you'll see how everything gets classified. But I've zonked 3 hours here. Tired. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Wait, I want to read what you have to say. Okay, yes, the thing about what I want to continue on now is that there's 54 area spaces per cube. What kind of moon cycle can we follow with 54 dots, and everything has to come out perfect at the end. You have to buy it in the metaverse, then you can take it away from. Well, you know what I think has to be done? This knowledge has to get out. This knowledge has to get out. I believe there's knowledge in it, but forget about knowledge. It has to get out. Forget about that. Irrelevant. I need to create first of all, I need to save this place I live. I need to find $2 million. Somebody come here, buy the building, and I'll pay you rent. Buy this building, save my art. I know, I highly believe I've been right on since the beginning. For myself, of course. But I appreciate my own work, and I want to thank you very much. 28 and 21. Again, 7x4, 28 cycle of the moon, 7x3, 21 the cube, Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching. Take care. Send me